Right, well, good evening, wherever you are, and Merry Christmas. I'm Paul Whiteside from Devil in the Detail. Work with Parky and Rob, as you know, and just like to thank you all for your help and support this year. Listen to the pods and the reports and things. Welcome to this first of a two-part special, I believe we're doing over Christmas. Rob attended the media day, and he spoke to Paul Rowley and the Salford new coach, and asked him about his time at Lee Centurions in Toronto and what difference it'll be at Salford. So check it out. Here it is.
Merry Christmas, Paul.
Merry Christmas.
Are you okay?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm great.
You've had some big challenges in your coaching career, Lee in Toronto. How does this Salford job compare?
Slightly different because I went, when I started at Leeds, I think we had 6 players and no staff. Toronto obviously had no staff and no players. So I've come in with blank canvases and built from the bottom up. This one, obviously, there's things in place. I think I had 23 players already recruited and retained for next year as well. So I've not really been able to build and mould my own picture, albeit it's a little bit different. But different's good because it makes it just as more exciting. So and again, I can't stress enough how good the lads are here, how good Danny Orr and Kurt Haggerty have been. They're I don't do the job unless I can bring Kurt in with me. I want to take the job, and I've been justified in making that decision because him and Danny have, they do the work really. They're absolutely brilliant.
What excites you about the squad of 2022?
Certainly our back line, if it's fit. So we're kind of working back from there. I think we've got some unbelievable strike and some clever footballers. But I think all in all, I think, the challenge is as a group of players to be really tight, all pulling in the right direction and with a common goal, a common objective. So you do need that bit of luck regarding injuries and stuff. So hopefully we can get a bit of that, and I've got no doubt that we can confidently march on and unpick some teams and have a crack at them. So we are the underdog, so it'll always be, I guess, a comfortable narrative, but it's not something I'll be banging the drum on because I think you kind of know my character, that I'm not one to turn up and class myself an underdog. I like to think I'm going to win everything I'm going to go and do. So I'll stick with that one.
Yeah, you talk about building a culture at the club. What are the 3 biggest things you're looking for?
3 biggest things: honesty within the group, hard work, and toughness within the group. I think they're the things that they'll be a good foundation to build from. And I think if we've got them 3 attributes, then it'll set us in good stead.
Have you set any targets yet for 2022?
Not so much medium or long-term targets in terms of where we want to finish. I think I'm more a case of concentrate on the detail, and the detail will get us to the targets and any outcomes at the end of it. So just want to get the players on the field, work hard across the group, and we'll work in little blocks, because if you start throwing goals and targets out straight away, then you set yourself up for a fail, don't you? So if I did have any, I probably wouldn't tell you anyway. I'd just keep it quiet, under promise, over deliver.
Final one from me. Have you organised the captain / leadership group yet?
Yeah, we have. We've not announced them yet, so I don't want to just chuck them out yet. I think that I'll get a telling off the club. I'm not sure how they want to pan that one out, but it was interesting to try and find out who the leaders were, and I think we've got they come in many different forms. Obviously some from action, some from words. What I would say, we've got a bit of a trio of people that really inspire me, and amongst others, but certainly in E.T., Sneedy and Brodie Croft, I think there's a mixture of actions and words and process, structure and streetwise ability, and you can work out which one's which. But between them 3, I think we've got a really healthy group of leadership. So I'm thinking towards them boys.
Alright everybody, it's Rob. Merry Christmas to all our listeners out there. Hope you had a great festive period, and we'll be looking forward to lots more in the new year. Here is Ryan Brierley talking to us in a recent media press conference, and I asked him what it was all about and how much it meant to him to play for Salford Red Devils, and what the next challenge was in his career. Enjoy.
All right, Ryan, it's Rob. How does it feel to be part of the club? How does it feel to be part of the club you supported as a boy, and what's the dream now?
Yeah, I suppose it, like I said earlier, the reality of it makes you nervous. If I'm honest, we all dream of it, and it's been a dream of mine for years. So then when you actually walk into the changing room and get your kit as a Salford player, it's real, isn't it? It's a scary one. So it obviously caused, and even speaking to Sneedy about it, Sneedy's probably in a similar boat, that he can come back and play for the team. Obviously, he kind of grew up kind of playing for, and has a strong affiliation with the club. So it's special for me. This club will always be special to me. And I do feel a nervousness. I do feel an expectation to make sure I do the fans and the club justice, because them fans who stand behind them sticks and sit up there, they're my people. So they're the people who I've grown up with, and every face in that stand that I recognise. They might not recognise me, but I recognise them from obviously standing with them in the shed at the Willows. I recognise all the faces. So I have an expectation and a burden to perform, and that isn't lost on me. And when I say perform, whether it means scoring unbelievable tries, that's probably not what I'm saying. But the effort wise, there's all for me. Salford fans have always bought into the fact if you try and you give 100%, that's all they ask for, and I know that, and that isn't lost on me. So what I'll say, I don't want Salford fans to think that I see this as any other club, because I don't. And I know Paul Rowley's really bought into that, and his constant mention of the fans is quite apparent, and he always wants to make sure that the players know first and foremost who we're playing for. And I know, again, in terms of the fans and their expectations, Salford fans never expect anything other than effort, and if we can't give that, we're in the wrong sport. So that's what we can guarantee fans, is that there's going to be 17 blokes out there every week trying the hardest to win a game in rugby league. And if we don't win it, we'll know exactly why. So there'll be no grey area. We'll know exactly what broke down and why we lost that game. In terms of aspiration, the dream is obviously to win a trophy. I'm 29 now, so your career goes really quickly, and you think you've got plenty of years left to win stuff. So this isn't me giving you a headline of, oh, Ryan says we can win the grand final. That isn't it. What I'm saying is, every player has a dream of winning stuff, and for me, the dream to win a trophy with Salford. I can't get any better than that in my career. So I'll probably retire, actually. So I'll probably be done after that. But yeah, that's always been the dream for me. I want to win. I want to win a trophy with Salford, and I think the joy that would bring on not just my face but my family's face, and again, there's a little bit of pressure there in there to deliver it. So that isn't lost on me, and it's something what I'll keep fighting my hardest and give my all to. And you just never know, do you? You just never know.
You did a bit of punditry last season. Now we're a bit nearer to Media City. Do you fancy another go?
Yeah, no, and you know what? I really enjoyed it. It was a bit weird also because you had the earpiece in, didn't you? So it's like you kind of get told when to shut up. It felt like I was at home with Mrs. She's saying sometimes when to shut up. So yeah, no, it was good. Really enjoyed it. It was a bit different, really different. So yeah, it's something what I'd like to get involved in more. I'll be honest, because I'm a rugby fan first and foremost. I just like talking about rugby. So it was a really easy fit for me, if I'm honest. And the guys there in June and Brian, they made it really comfortable for me. So it's something what I really want to do more of, if I'm honest. And hopefully, again, playing permitted, I can get really involved. It's something what I want to do going further on in my career after I finish playing. It's something what really interests me, and not just in rugby league, just sport in general. I do like the TV media type work, punditry work. So I'm not saying my opinion's right, but I'll give it a good go.
Yeah, final one from me. You've been with Paul Rowley before at numerous other clubs. Have you seen him develop as a coach?
It's funny. I said to him yesterday, I said, I've noticed a massive improvement. He was very driven and blinkered in previous years, but I was too. I was with him on that. So I didn't really notice it at the time. But then when you look back on it, you realise Paul's also been out of the game for quite a long time now. So he's probably done him a favour in terms of sitting back and watching mistakes happen and realising what he does now and coming back into it. So, but I've noticed a massive change in him. His knowledge, his man management. So again, it doesn't take a rocket science for anyone to tell you that. I love working under him. But because for me, he leaves no grey areas. It's clarity, and he thrives on that. So, but yeah, for sure, massive improvements from him as a coach, and for me, I've thrived upon it because I feel like he's more accepting to ideas rather than it being his way or the highway as such. So yeah, he's been great, and the boys have really bought into it, to be fair. And there's not normally you get a lot of in clubs. It's a bit of I don't really, as players, I'm not really sure about that. I don't really agree with that. There's been none of that really. There's been none of it, and for me that says you know your role first and foremost, and there's clarity and there's no grey area. I know I keep going back to the no grey area and clarity, but as rugby players, we're not the brightest bunch, are we? So we need clarity and being told what to do and where. So that's been great for us.
Cheers, Ryan. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that.